Let me see this. Hello, 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 everybody. How's everybody doing? I really am stuck with only one camera, so I am on today, and I don't know if anybody is on it today. Just like feels like it's a very slow day, and the people are just going to, I don't know, ignore it. So I don't know. Should we just play some music in the meantime and try to? There is Lorna. Lorna, I want to kind of like interview her because she's a Gemini. There is Andy. Come on, Andy, Lorna, join me. Like this whole idea for this fun day, I would like you, Master Mod, hello, Ikat, to join. Do you want me to resend this link to all of you? Let me see. Where is this? New layout. No, it's a new layout. Invite. Okay, I'm going to copy this. Anybody can come on today because it's a chit chat day. So hopefully, we can do this. I'm pasting this in our WhatsApp. Barbie, I am going to email it to you, and that's why I'm inviting you to come to WhatsApp so you know what's going on. And she's just resisting me. So, how is everybody, guys? Tell me a little bit about it while I'm trying to find my email to mail the link to Barbie. You guys can join with video, you can join with just audio. So, just for me, it's the same. Just to kind of see a link for today's live. So let's see. I mean, not everybody is in a position to join, but Lorna, as soon as you join, I'm going to start grilling you to do it. Your hair is wrapped in a turban. I'm giving this one to my beautiful peeps. Okay, cool. Hello, Kelsey. Yes, that would be Cat, Master Meower. Hello, Crystal. Everybody, like regular. Lorna is here. Lorna is in the studio. I see her. So let me just get her in a to stream. There it is. Hello, Lorna. She woke up really early in the morning to be with us. Tell us, how are you?
I'm doing good. I wanted to look decent.
You look very decent. I have to tell you, I was like, it's a noon over here, and I was trying to put the makeup to be in front of the camera. So, hi, Jennifer. So Lorna was doing her hair the last time. But I really wanted to get her to tell me all about, Gemini's because that's such a like I mean big kind of like space where people always complain about Gemini and stuff like that. So now you're going to be placed on the spot, and you have to account for all Geminis in the world.
I'm the hot seat.
Yes. So we are going through Cancer transitions. So yeah, let me just acknowledge happy Cancer, happy birthday. But we are talking here with Madame Gemini, and I think I did. I'm just looking here. Um,
I'm like my Venus and Mars are in Cancer.
oh, so you were like interesting combination.
Yeah.
And
I
so
would say
tell us
yeah.
how is this combination working because you're right now in that combination, right?
Mm-hmm.
So is it that you feel that you're very bubbly, you want to strike conversations because that would be Gemini, or Cancer is like, no, I just want this few people I trust. I want this few people I want to be with. What
The
works
latter
better?
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it kind of like do you feel that the stress maybe pushes you toward one extreme? Oh my God, Barbie is here! Ah, Barbie! Ah, where is this
Yay!
applause? Where is this applause? I don't know how many I can join at the same time, but here it is. Where did I put? I mean, I have a round of applause for Barbie here. Barbie, just wave at me when you're ready that I join you in. Oh, there she is. Okay, let's join her in.
Yay!
Yay!
Hi, Barbie. So there is
Hi.
Libra. She's my boss. So how is everything with you, Barbie? How did you find all this process on Cat Tarot?
You just sent it to me. That's the only way I figured it out. I don't figure out stuff. You know that.
I know. So that's why we want you on our WhatsApp. And she's like, F it,
I don't want to do nothing. She sent this to me. I go, well, I'll try it once, see if it works, and it did. So here I am. Yeah, I was like, who is this lady? Till I heard your voice too this morning. I was like, okay.
That's awesome. So I'll be sending you via email so that way you can just join anytime. In
Okay.
fact, I did send you, Barbie, the invite to be admin. So you basically would see this just like I do, and you can respond to comments and everything. So
Okay.
stay tuned. So you see, I thought everybody's afraid because look, when did I start this channel? I think in 2000. Oh my gosh. Was it in 2000? Oh, 2006, 17. I think in the beginning of 2017. So it is now, holy moly, 6 years. And I just, for the first time, I'm in front of the camera. So, well,
That's cool. That's cool.
so there you go.
Been a while.
Oh my gosh. Like, so Andy, if you don't mind joining with Turban, just please do, because that's what I actually really want is like these fun days to be like really that we all just join and talk and like just see kind of touch base with each other. It's kind of a nurturing little circle, right? That we can actually do, right? So let's me start with Barbie. Sorry, Lorna.
Okay.
But let's start. Barbie, you are Libra, right?
Yes.
What are your other things? How do I make you bigger?
Oh Lord, I'm big enough, girl. Don't do none of that.
Solo.
I'm
There
just
we
kidding.
go. There you go. Now you're
My hair's a mess. I'm in my pajamas.
oh,
I was kind of wishing it wouldn't work, you know.
bravo.
I
Don't
just took it out of a hair bun.
don't mess with your hair right now.
Yeah.
Just basically here we go. I minimize you, so there it is.
There I am. Okay.
It is. So tell us, how does it feel like being like the engine behind Cat Tarot on each and
I
every
love it. I love it. I missed you. It's been a couple weeks and I've missed you, or however long it's been. I
Oh,
love Kat. She is so, even her voice is soothing, so I have to listen to that. But I don't know, you're just been the most realist of all of everybody I ever listened to. So that's why I'm so devoted. I just love Catter Days because of that, you know. I really do.
thank you. I guess it's a few of us that kind of like start liking each other on this kind of like moderation forum, but
Yeah.
that's why it is. So let me
Yep.
for a moment go to Lorna, and I don't know how do I Lorna make
Hi, Lorna.
Hi.
you bigger. So she braved in. So you're
Lorna H.
Lorna H. So she braved in to really talk to me. So we just started this conversation.
Good.
And so basically, your sun sign is in Gemini, which
Gemini.
what is the date?
May 29th.
Oh, you're early Gemini too. So these guys are really more inquisitive because you're early and you're close to
You
Barbie.
okay?
You have to mute the button when you cough because we
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. See, I told you. I'm not feeling well.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm on antibiotics and I took care of my sister and she woke up with a sore throat, so where's the mute button?
actually
Where is-
I can mute
Oh,
you.
it's on the mic.
I didn't realize. I just really do it. Okay, Lorna, we are back. Let's see. I'm just trying to see this layouts to see what it does for me. Just give me a. Oh, there it is. There's
There
a
we
pretty
go.
cool one. There's a pretty cool one. So I keep asking the same question over and over, and never kind of like managing to get you to go in it because I was just saying in May you're kind of like you're not cuspy with being like born at the end of the May, but like you do have influence of Taurus, right? Because in tarot, I always look kind of like right that's the Hierophant, and Hierophant represents May, whereas Gemini you would see the Lover's card is your card, but you're really Hierophant, right? And Hierophant really talks about morality. Like you probably want to have a strict rules and regulations, and you want people to respect your boundaries. Would that be accurate?
Pretty much.
Yeah. And how is the Cancer? So what did you say? It's a moon, and what else? Moon.
Mars and Venus.
Oh, Mars and Venus. So that's really interesting because Mars, I feel, and again, I'm not an astrologer. I just kind of like interpret these things in a way that I found that works for me. So I find that Venus is like what attracts other people to us. So when you have a Cancer, people like that you are like girly and nice and kind of like nurturing. But Mars is like you're looking for that in the other person, what you're looking for. If that's the Cancer, you actually want that in the other person as well. And like harsh kind of like business types are not your kind of like cup of tea, that's for sure. Somebody who is like brutal.
Yes. And I just realized that, like, oh gosh, in the last few months, because we have a new employee and she supports the executives, and her style is way different from what I'm used to working with. She's like black and white, black and white. Everything is, it's either this or that. And there's not too much gray. So I have to adjust myself to understand how that person works. So it's different. It's a challenge right now for me.
Well, that's challenging. And I have to admit that I was like that for quite a while. I was very regimented. Like, I mean, I guess I have 50% of German genes and 50% of Slavic genes. So that German part is kind of like, it's actually a little bit more of German genes according to Ancestry DNA. And I can see how I was regimented all my life, plus a German mother who always wanted things to work in a certain way. And it took me many, many years to kind of like cut the cord and say, you don't have to do it, because it's really good in crisis. Everybody goes to me, right? I mean, I'm reliable, I come on live, but you need to have fun. You need to be a little bit kind of like gentle as well, right? That's
Mhm.
important. Okay, so you see, this is a question that I actually prepared for you. What about the Lover's card representing Gemini? But you are really, personally, you are really kind of like more with Hierophant. But do you find yourself with this Lover's card? You see, Barbie, you will be able to create all of this when you are behind the scene. So she
Yeah.
can do that.
I don't I'm not sure about how I can relate to the Lover's card. Um,
Do you want me to explain to you what Lover's cards really is?
yeah.
Okay, Lover's card, it's kind of like a misnomer. Let me see, do I actually have it? I brought a deck here, so anybody who comes on live, I'm going to get a mini reading to bribe you guys a little bit. So let me find. Lover's card represents in most of the decks 2 cards. It was called originally a choice, right? So it's really not a good name, and everybody loves to see Lover's card. It's kind of like on a fool's journey. It talks about that he come to see this beautiful woman, and there it is. I don't know if you can see it here, right? So he comes to see this beautiful woman, right? And he's like, I am not traveling anymore. I'm staying here. I'm just absolutely staying here, and that's all I have. But she's tempting him, and she's using all of her womanly kind of thing, and that's kind of what I find usually Gemini is. They're so bubbly. They're like a butterfly. They can kind of like easily flirt with anybody, and everybody's like, but then kind of like Gemini doesn't have a staying power for the same reason. Like you get some plus and get minus. This is always right. So Fool kind of comes here and he says to the angel, Angel goes, are you sure you just want to stay here? He goes, I'm absolutely sure. Put a fork in me, I'm done. But the angel said, you see here, you see this mountain, you can actually continue on this journey. You never know, you might find wealth, you might find other spirituality, you might find other things that can help you, and you can always come back to this woman.
Okay.
So he decides to travel, right? So when is this reversed? He decides to stay, and hence nothing of the spirituality happens, right? It just stays kind of stuck in there. So what is basically this linking with Gemini? I guess probably because of the duality, right? He has these 2 faces, and sort of like, do you find that sometimes you go, I don't know what they want, kind of like confusion in a situation?
In relationships, yes.
Yeah.
I have a hard time understanding where, well, the last 2 relationships, I feel like I don't know where they're coming from. And I try to understand. And like the last one, I thought we were doing really good. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, well, I didn't mean to lead you on.
What
Oh,
sign? What sign was
okay.
he here, Barbie? I'm going to unmute you so you can comment as well if you have any questions. So what sign was he?
Scorpio.
Oh, Scorpio, and it's really interesting. I have another friend, Gemini, who is now with Scorpio, and so he was probably having some really good, some really strong influence planetary, because Scorpios are usually all in or all out. They just kind of like usually don't do halfway. I find them interesting, but eventually I get tired of that intensity. It's just like a little bit too much for me, right? And I
Yeah.
guess he was clearly attracted to you, to the Cancer in you.
Ah, okay. Yeah, it's like
Now I
on
don't
and off, on and off. And
Lorna, I have lost the sound. With
uh-oh.
oh,
Can you hear me?
it's my computer. Say something. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah. So it's on and off, and now it's off. So I'm just doing my own thing. It's just easier for me to just concentrate on myself.
Well, you know,
So
Yeah,
right
don't wait for
now
anybody. Don't wait for anybody.
I'm
I'll
not.
tell you
No,
that
no
much.
way. You're
Go
right.
on, go on. Yeah, I don't like that waiting stuff because they aren't waiting.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, we sit here like, oh, he'll change, he'll come back. You know, no, he's doing his own thing,
Yeah.
and you need to be doing
Been there,
yours
done
too.
that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm probably older than all you women. I'm telling you, you don't sit and wait for them. You
That's
don't.
right.
You don't even need them. They're an access
Yes.
or not. You know what I mean? If they're not helping you and building with you, you know, see ya. There's
Yeah.
no other question.
'Cause
Then
I've
they're
been
not
having
they're
some.
not interested in you
Yeah.
that much.
Well, I've been concentrating on my health because I don't know if many people, I don't know if you even know this, Kat. In March, I fell. I was at a restaurant and I was getting something to drink, and I fell and I hit my tailbone. And then I found out
oh, that
11
hurt.
days later I fractured my wrist. So
Oh,
now I'm on the mend, and I'm going to physical therapy for my wrist. And
See, you're busy enough. You're taking
yeah,
care of you.
so
You're
I'm just
taking care of
taking
you.
care of me.
Yeah. And
Yes,
if they were around, they expect you to take care of them first. Usually.
probably.
You know,
Yeah,
I mean, if they were around and they were taking care of you, that's a whole nother story. You know, I've had that too. It was
yeah.
wonderful. It was wonderful. I married that man. One time I got married, and that's who treated me like that. You know, I came home from surgeries, and the man washed me from head to toe. You know,
Oh,
yeah, when I
that's
couldn't move.
beautiful.
Yeah, when I couldn't move, you know. So
Hmm.
there's a
Yeah,
difference. There's a difference. They either love you or they, you know, they're either half in or half out or whatever. And you
yeah,
don't need that. You don't need
yeah.
it.
Yes.
you know,
Nobody does.
just realized there are like actually 3 air signs on the screen. Like they're
Oh,
all.
I'll be darned.
Really?
So I'm Aquarius,
Ooh,
Lorna is Gemini, and Barbie.
Oh my
Libra.
gosh.
How cool.
Oh,
Wow.
but
Yeah,
but
we know.
you're the softest like Lorna among us. Barbie and I are like, "Whoa,
Oh, no. Oh,
tornadoes."
no, I'm not soft.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can be, but
That
I've
doesn't,
also got, the older I get, the, you know, you just learn. And you cannot be soft. I mean, soft is great if you need to. But sometimes, you know, in this world, being by yourself, especially, you can't be soft. You got to be very careful. You almost got to be tough.
True.
What, babe?
Lorna, I'm going to put you like on the spot now because you did have that really kind of like insight with this guy. So the question that I prepared: how do you keep a Gemini woman? What would be your advice? And like, I mean, also, um, when the glasses are off, like when the relationship wears its first initial charm, like, I mean, how that maintenance phase would look like over there.
maintenance for me. Um, my goodness. Honesty, transparency. Let me get rid of that on my screen. Okay. Um, just to be present. I don't really ask for much. I don't. On Because the relationships I've been in, the last serious one was long distance. And long distance relationships are very, very difficult. Very difficult. And then this person said it was too far, And I ended up breaking it up anyways because somebody else came into the picture and he said he wanted to try it out. And I'm like, well, good luck. Good luck with what you're going to do because I'm out. And so this person ended up marrying somebody half his age and even further away.
Like, we all go through aging differently. Some people need
Right?
that
Yeah.
all right. Like, I mean, some people want a companion.
Mhm.
Barbie, like, you're thrilling.
Well,
I see Chris is on, Jennifer is on. Here's the question that Ikan has for you. What is your rising sign? I think she's Cancer, right? Cancer is,
Scorpio
oh, it's a Scorpio.
and Pisces moon.
That's interesting because I always find that whenever you have close planets or ascendant Scorpio, I think Andy also has a Scorpio rising, then you're really more of a Scorpio, kind of like exhibit this. So you can be probably very tough when it comes to it. You maybe come across soft and kind of like sweet, but like if somebody really pisses you off, you're like not moving like from your point.
Oh my gosh. Monday I came home from work and we just hired a landscaper and we know who this person is. He's a mutual friend of somebody else. Anyway, he's been cleaning our yard and trimming our hedge. That's what he did. And the first time they came, one of his helpers took a weed whacker to my peony plant. I almost died. I'm like, okay, Lauren, calm down.
That's a living being.
Yeah. I'm like, oh my God. I showed my brother. I'm like, bro, check this out. I said, he weed whacked my peony. I said, I've had this one for a while. So I was like, okay, I'll give him a pass. Well, Monday, I come home and my lily of the valleys are gone. He weed whacked those. I was so angry. I sat outside just to calm myself down. And my brother was smart enough to know, leave me alone. I rarely get that angry. But I told him, I said, okay, first it's the peony. And I said, he's not raking up. And now he weed whacked I just planted him. So the leaves were just coming out. And I said, my lily of the valleys are gone. I said, bro, I paid like $5 each for them. I ordered them online. I was so happy when I got them. I was like, okay, calm down, calm down. Oh, I had to sit with myself and just calm myself. I was mad. I rarely get that way, but I was like, ooh, I'm triggered today. I'm so triggered.
Oh,
So,
well, like I guess he's clearly not a gardener because anybody who knows how much time and effort it takes years of work, right? Then, I mean, like on our little kind of like WhatsApp forum for mods, anybody who wants to join, let me know, send me an email. But kind of like that's kind of like what it works, right? So yeah, like I mean, that somebody just comes and kind of like steamroll through it, not fun, kind of like not at all. I probably wouldn't be that kind. I would be, what the F are you doing? Kind of like it will be screaming.
it was actually that way with my brother. I'm like, what the? And then I was like, F-bomb, F-bomb. I'm like, oh, I'm mad. I'm really mad. And I had to go through that. I didn't want to stuff my anger down because that'll just make me sick. And so I thought, I'm just going to be mad and I'm going to sit with it. And oh man, I was not happy.
So Barbie, I can see the comments here. Like, so Barbie left a message that she's not feeling well, but
Feel
hopefully
better.
better. This is bad time not to feel kind of like well, etc. So that Chris is also kind of saying, hey, that would piss me off too. It would have been ugly. So I guess like gloves are off and all these kind of like situations, kind of like when it happens. So, okay, let's continue with my questions. What else do I have for you? So we were just starting to kind of like see your advice. What do you do? What person needs to do when they encounter a Gemini or even Cancer? You can actually talk about both, right? And even Scorpio. or maybe if you know what comes from where. I don't know if you ever kind of studied yourself that much. Hey, this part is Scorpio, this part is, but like what kind of like your, I think it's mostly for me, in my opinion, it's the sun sign that is really important, except when you have such a strong Scorpio. So you are a really interesting combination. So let us know.
As far as a Gemini, I know people have said, "Oh, you're the twins. You're the nice side and the evil side." But I said, I'm really not like the evil side. I think that I get distracted easily and I go from place to place, and it's not relationship. It's just I get distracted. Like, oh, I have to work, like at work. I have to work on this. And then somebody will come and say, "Hey, Lorna, you know what? Can you go and look at this? I think there's a crack in the window." Then I have to go there. And then I come back to my desk and like, what are they working on? And because of what I do, because I'm an office manager, I spread myself too thin at work because there's so many things that I'm responsible for. And then I get called at 2 o'clock in the morning. Oh, the alarm got tripped. I'm like, oh. So I have to call the alarm company. And they said, I said, you know what? Go ahead and send dispatch out. If they need me, call me. I will show up. That only happened once. And that was like last week.
Wow.
They left the door unlocked. And so the police came and they said I could actually open the door. And I went, okay. So I had to come down there. And my brother came with me. He says, do you want me to go with you? And I said, yes, please. I said, because I don't like to go to the office when it's that dark and that late by myself. So,
That's 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 interesting.
yeah. But yeah, I find that I I get easily distracted, so it's hard for me to focus on one thing. When I do, then I'm really good at it. But because of what I do at work, I am everywhere.
So work is looks like a good fit for you. It would be interesting. Let me see. Scorpio is the first house. Then you have Sagittarius second, Capricorn third, Aquarius fourth, Pisces fifth, and sixth one is Aries. So that's your house of work. So Aries makes you very efficient, right? So you know quickly how and what the best solution would be. So that I guess you literally go into, because the sixth house is, I don't honestly know why they make it a house. They're small things, small potatoes, small kind of like work, usually day to day kind of things, right?
Mhm.
So, I mean, when it falls into, and for me, it's the opposite. For me, it's Pisces. So I just get dreamy. I have to do the dreamy work, which kind of like here, I'm dealing with imagination and then I'm in my element. But when I get into really harsh business reality, give me analysis of this, give me, of course, I can do that because I'm Aquarius, but it's kind of like, hey, I really want to wrap it up. It's kind of like nice and romantic, etc. So it always has to be something kind of like different, right? As well.
Mhm. Yeah.
So let me pull a few cards for you, and then, guys, if anybody has, since I came on, my overall take is the communication is not happening. I don't know what Christopher that means, but anyway. So what we need to do right now is just pull some pull some cards. If you guys have any questions, Samantha, thank you. If you have any questions for Lorna or for me, this is the time to do it. So let's do it. So I'm just pulling a few cards, and then one jumped already. And what jumped is a Page of Cups reversed over here. Let's see for Lorna. Give me, and then I'm going to pull the cards for the others as well. So you have like Two of Cups. It's like all for you. Okay. Ooh, interesting. So you have a Page of Cups. Then you have a Two of Cups and Death.
Wow.
So it sounds to me that maybe somebody from the past is happening. When is our next Mercury retrograde? And as such, because like this is like somebody's immaturity, or maybe that's what you're still dealing with. You're still dealing with this dude who you just considered, I know what happened, I just feel used and abused. And Page of Cups is usually somebody who's just learning his skills of seduction. He's learning kind of like how to do it, right? So when he reverses it, it's kind of like somebody who doesn't even want to put appearance of being polished, right? Of kind of like doing stuff. So that's combining with this. So I'm wondering if this kind of like meant that this was like your partner, and that's basically where it still kind of resides for you, kind of like that you're doing, and that maybe you're cleaning him entirely from your system, right? Because
Yeah.
it's really actually a good card, especially because you're Scorpio ascendant. And the reason why it's a good card in this situation is it talks about renewal. It talks about that you are actually able to take and synthesize things that have been good in that relationship, right? And this is kind of like the true maturity of relationships. So this worked for this man, whatever this is, even the smallest things, even the most pathetic things like sex was good. And that's what I want in the future relationship. But there are also elements that you don't want. So because when the death card comes upright, it always talks about regeneration. It's like when our plants die in the winter and you kind of like trim them and they come like really lush like in the spring. So that's really the death card that is really working here. So it just seems to be a pause of something seemingly not working. And that's also a message for you saying, um, don't despair, because that was supposed to be a lesson of something. You have to kind of like learn something that was really, really kind of like working in that relationship, right? Something that made an impact for you. You need to understand that you need not connect that to that person. You need to understand that that's the quality that you're seeking, and just keep on going forward. So I hope this helps. So just stay on. So let's just see over here. Who is next? Okay, you see the comments on your end, Lorna, or no? Let's do Barbie because she was brave enough to come on live. So let's just do this. Barbie, no wonder you're sick. You're getting Tower. Like, I mean, your life is kind of like upside down. And Tower is really interesting because it says something that you thought you're building, it's not being built properly, right? So Tower could be very sudden. So maybe you're just going to be struck down and go in bed, and maybe that's what you need to do. But Tower is simply saying it's a really interesting card, especially now because I know she's sick. Otherwise, I would be saying, okay, with spiritual stuff. So it basically says you really need to nourish. Something hasn't been nourished. Like maybe you have been neglecting yourself, Barbie. Maybe you didn't add enough nourishment in your food. So it's kind of like asking for full regeneration, because the card after this one is Star. And the Star card is really telling us about raising above the problems, raising about the despair, raising about this. It's just few people who can really successfully learn that. But the more times you go, more times you fall flat in your life, on your face, the better you are, because then oh, well, you know what? I did dig myself out of that mud before, so I can kind of like lift myself entirely and just do this, right? So do this. Okay, so Barbie, it's saying that her court is on Monday. And let me just get a few more cards about that. A few more cards over here. She goes, so true, so true. So let me see. Jennifer also is commenting. I can put it over here for a moment. I think outside influence plays part. 6 kids in your family, 3 Aquarius. Good Lord. And 3 Scorpio, and parents are Gemini and mom Sagittarius. I absolutely feel that parental influence is crucial. So when people have something like that, like, I mean, like I can speak about my own upbringing, where I had a really, really German mother, which was, I don't wish it on anybody. Kind of like it was really, really difficult. But I really don't think that she actually ever analyzed herself, and that she failed in that lesson. So I cannot fail it, because it would just be transferring, not necessarily on children, because I don't have children, but it could be like an influence on somebody else. So let's see Barbie here. Barbie court. I'm getting these 2 cards, Barbie, that came out. The King of Wands and the Emperor over here. Oh, Barbie Sherman. So there you go. There's another connection. That's why kind of like I just don't have any problem when she bosses me around because I'm used to it. Like from very young. So King of Wands and the Emperor is almost like a judge and a lawyer, right? Barbie, like I mean, and that's clearly in my mind. I had this question about the court. So I really think it's going to be very positive. Like they are both fire signs. So that means like they're going to be fighting for a cause. So this is not going to be just about the details in the court, but it's going to be really kind of like what they're feeling about it. And I think it's going to be very positive because you're getting the Emperor, and Emperor is in control, but this is falling in your court. It's falling in your reading. So this is going to really work out. You might not get to know what has happened that day until later, right? Because the Emperor sometimes is silent and just like a judge, right? So they kind of think through it, but then they kind of like send you a decision that really comes later. So that's kind of like how it works as well. So today, guys, since I have only I think mods over here, I will put just give me a second if anybody wants to. I will put the link if anybody else wants to join us, since Lorna was so brave. You know, Lorna, what is it, 7:30 in the morning or something like that over there?
8:36.
Oh, it is
I
8:36.
did want to say that I think the Gemini side of me is communication.
Okay.
It's a big thing for me. If I ask somebody something, whether it be text or email, and if I don't get a reply, it's like, hello, did you read my message? But now I know it's like, if they don't reply, they don't reply. I don't make a big deal out of it anymore. It used to be really important to me before. Not so much now. It's like, okay, you do you, I'll do me. But when it comes to plans, like next week is my brother's milestone birthday. So I asked him, I said, okay, what do you want to do? I'll make the reservations. Who do you want to invite? And so my siblings and I, we're pretty connected. We respond timely. Or my brother can't keep his phone with him at work, and so he'll reply afterwards. But other than that, we're in our nucleus, we communicate effectively.
No, that's
Yeah.
amazing. So you see comments or not, like who you want to pick. So we did Barbie. Let me see. Let's go in order of appearance. Who gets their cards today? So Barbie was the first, and then Andy. Andy is next. Andy, you're still with us? Hello. Still with us? I'm going to pull the card, and actually got two cards. I got Hermit. Oh, three cards. It's Hermit, High Priestess, and Nine of Wands. So the Hermit means leave me alone. Actually, so is the High Priestess. You're getting two very strong majors, and they're like strong in different way. Both of them are processing things internally, except the High Priestess is more processing that emotionally. She kind of like has a truth. She holds the truth. She holds this intuition of how things really worked out. But she also, she's not judging. She's just realizing it is time to move on. It almost looks like it's combined. It's a process. Something that you're going through is very spiritual, and it just like feels like a little bit wounded. But like this is like a good card. Even though he's wounded, he's like very determined to go forward. He's kind of like going in his direction and doing it. So these two majors are adding 9 and 2 to 11, which talks about justice. And justice is something that it's kind of like in a like a front of everything that you're thinking and doing today. So, oh, look at that. Look who else is here. Hello, Chris. Let me just finish this. Can you hear us, Chris?
Yeah, except I hear two different voice streams. I might not be at the right time.
Well, let me just put the mute here. Is it better now? Oh, you need to disconnect maybe the connection that you had with YouTube. And that would
Oh, okay.
So that probably would do. So there you go. So Lorna, I don't have to mute you anymore. So yeah, Andy, like, I mean, I really hope that that helps, that kind of like is going in a proper direction. So let me go. ECAT is next. ECAT is next. ECAT. ECAT.
All right. Now I don't hear anything.
Hello. Hello. We are going to get this eventually right. I know, like, we have to go through a little bit of a bumpy road, but we will get there. Can you hear me now, Chris? No? Yeah? No? So, ECAT, you're getting 7 of Cups. There is like a decision that you need to
Yeah, I
reach.
don't have any sound.
That is on your end. Like, you should, because we hear you. We do hear you here. So let me just give him here. We do hear you. Try to reconnect again, Chris. There we go. So he heard that. So ECAT, like, you have a 7 of Cups, and then you have the Empress. So even though, like, you kind of like are you maybe making beauty decisions? Are you doing kind of like stuff where you're thinking, I need to get my hair done, I need to get my nails done? Because that kind of like combination would be kind of like heading in that direction for me. The Empress is really enjoying. Okay, look at her. Yes. Like, Empress is really enjoying in a beauty routine. Like, this is the Venus card. Like, there is a big Venus. Look at this big Venus here on the card in the heart, right? So she is the one who is saying, you know what? What's the point being in this life if you cannot enjoy the bounty of everything? And Lorna, you probably have a little bit of that Venus with you, because that connecting with the Taurus that is right before you. So it's not so much about looking great and present yourself great to the other people, but it's more like a beauty for feeling good, doing it yourself, kind of like enjoying it yourself, kind of like a thing, right? So Lorna, I would just say, whatever decision you make is going to be the right one. That's kind of like pretty cool, kind of like, because look at him. Well, what do I want? Do I want the power? Do I want, something else? What do I want over here? So in the end, he decides, no matter what he decides, you know what, I'm going to pamper myself and enjoy it. And look at that. Look at that. We really do have. Hi, Jenny. Guys, put your names on it so people know. Can you hear us, Jenny and Chris?
I can't hear anything when I get rid of YouTube. I have no sound.
Oh, that sucks,
I've
Chris.
been wondering what everybody looks like.
So there we go. We just need to find a way to connect with Chris, but hopefully, it's going to really work out. So let me see who is next. Who is next? Jenny, since you're on. Jenny, tell us about you. Like, what sign are you? Like, you and I have the same kind of like, we have this kind of like soulmate connection, right? Sort of a thing.
Yeah, we do. We might be family. Who knows? We'd have to have my mom do our genealogy. She's the queen of it. So, yeah.
So do you want to
so
I'm you? Yeah. Tell us a little bit about you, your sign. Your sign.
Oh, I'm an Aquarius. I am a Virgo rising, and it's Aqua Moon also. I don't know. I work at a garden center that I love.
It's a garden talk today. We really have a garden.
But yeah, I'm from Utah, and it's so lovely here right now. It's starting to warm up and get good and hot, but yeah, so
yeah. So I'm so glad to meet everybody. It will be so awesome that, like, I mean, eventually we all kind of come on with this version that I have, which is a free version of StreamYard. I can get up to 6 people to kind of like be together. So it's kind of like really, really neat. Do you have any questions for Lorna while you're here?
I don't know. I just know. I know I just have had so much fun. I started listening to you right before my daughter Paisley was born, and it's when you first started yourself. I mean, you might have been doing it for a few months, really, Kat. But it was good to have you. I found you, or you found me. I don't know how it works. The universe put us together, but
Better.
I wasn't in the dark about things that I would have been, because you were dead on about the influences in and out, and it was a godsend in a way, so yeah. But yeah, so I my little Paisley Jade, I should tell her to come in here, but she's kind of, I don't know, she's the one that I was pregnant with when I found you, and so it was,
Which
yeah,
month
you've been
was
quite
she
a guide.
Which month was she born in? In which month?
She is a Cancer. She just had her birthday last week on June 29th.
Okay.
So yeah.
So I just probably was just a few months. I think I started in February of that year. Like I just said it. Like, I mean, I was so motivated because I found this cat tarot cards, and it was finally a good fit. Kind of like tried to go public. So I drew. I drew kind of like a few cards for you. It's really interesting, Jenny. You are getting a Judgment card, the first one, and that's a karmic card. You are getting the Hangman, 2 majors, but you're also getting a little bit of Oracle cards that fell out, which are 5 of Cups and 8 of Swords.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very clear. Like, I mean, majors always overpower the minors. So this is like boss in the room, right? So the Judgment card always tells me that there is like some kind of clarity, that there is maybe something also finishing. It's very similar. It's a Pluto kind of like driven thing, right? And Pluto is a very, very distant, not even planet anymore, kind of like distant, kind of like entity. So it might not even feel that is affecting you. It's something on a periphery of your life. But you will eventually come to realize that that really affected you. You will come to realize that, that was it, and I wish I reacted on it. So don't ignore small things. Kind of like right now it's going to feel like a small potato, but it's literally affecting your life. And it's affecting your life because you're learning some lesson. And the reason why you might just like huff it off and say, you know what, who cares about it? Because it might be annoying. It might feel like you need to do something that is not what you want to do, that somebody is regimenting you, kind of a thing, right? So the Hangman, like, and that's what I like about Hangman. Like, look at that head over here. And like there is this 4, there is a control, right, that he has. That's the Emperor hidden in it. Meanwhile, he's the Empress. He's a 3. 12 is 1 and 2 is 3, right? But he wants to be the Emperor. So the reason why he's inversed is that he's put to test to do as other people say, right? That he can see that other people arrive to different conclusions from their angles, right, as well. So maybe there's something that you're leaving behind because of these 2 cards, because it feels like being stuck, like with this 8 of Swords, and it feels like kind of like crying over something. Like, and what everybody always say about this card is like, look at right? Kind of like you need to find the light in a situation. It also could be that you're going to hear about somebody's passing, for example, because it's a Pluto. So when you hear about somebody's passing, you're going to say, sorry to hear it, but like, it's almost like that you need to absorb certain lesson in order to move forward. And that lesson is going to be extremely crucial for you for some reason. It's really a weird kind of like combination of the cards, I have to admit it. But with this combination, it is really telling you that you are going through something extremely impactful right now in your life. So don't be shy. Don't be sad. You just keep going. Just keep going through the situation, kind of like as this.
I'm finding I have to hold 2 sides of myself together, because I don't know, definitely a Hangman right now, but the choice is that I do have one leg untied, and then at any time I can turn it back around too, so that's that. But I don't know.
With Hangman, the best
The
part
light,
is
the light going. The light is definitely what I have to make sure that is shining the brightest because I don't know.
but don't forget about Hangman. It's like
You're
really.
working with an aqua, you know.
Oh, look at that! We have one more here. We are joining in. This is Samantha. Oh, there she is. Hello. How are you doing?
Paisley.
Hi.
You're live.
Doing good.
You're a little Cancer. Happy birthday. Happy belated birthday. Did your mommy tell you that you're Cancer? You know you're Cancer?
Yep, she knows she is. Actually, whenever she sees a little crab, she says, "There's me." Yeah.
You and Lorna would really get along. Probably Lorna feels like really enchanted with the little babe.
Mhm.
Hi.
She's so beautiful, huh?
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Say thank you.
Thank you. And I have Anna dress.
Yeah.
You have
We
what?
got her on Anna from Frozen, huh?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's nice. That's awesome.
Cute.
Hey, Samantha, and what sign are you?
I'm a Scorpio.
Oh, there's a Scorpio in the house. Intensities in the house. We are all air over here, and now we have water. Like this is like a very powerful combination. Hi, nice to meet you.
My rising is Libra.
Oh, there you go. Do I
My
detect
moon is Pisces.
a British accent or Australian?
Yes,
British.
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 Yes.
You are like in the UK now, or like you are somewhere in North America?
No, I live in the UK.
Oh, there you go. We have like 2 continents. That's awesome. That's awesome. Since Samantha, you did manage to get on live, you're going to get reading ahead of the others. So let me pull some cards for you.
Yeah.
What is your ascendant, Samantha?
Libra.
Okay, yes, you said Libra. That's actually
Moon
good.
Pisces. Moon in Pisces.
Okay, so that works for you. Like for me, it would be a major mess up of my situation having any Pisces, even though I'm very Caspy over here. So, Creative Guru is saying, "Oh,
Is that hard with the Pisces?
Getting a first card, which is 7 of Pentacles. Let's see what else I get over here. What else I get? Oh, something else. Oh my goodness. Are you kind of like always trying to accomplish things? Like 8 of Pentacles? It's like right in order. Let me get one more. You're setting yourself up to do something, even like tedious tasks, like cleaning the house or something. It looks like an Ace of Cups, Ace of Cups. So what I'm seeing here, 7 and 8 and 1 is 16, right? And 16 is Tower, and Tower is Mars driven, and Scorpio is also Mars. I don't know if you knew that. Like most people connect Scorpio with Pluto, but actually Tower is both Aries and Mars kind of like hidden in it.
So
So-
you are so lucky that you did not show that on there.
Okay, so what I'm seeing over here, I'm seeing that this is kind of like being task oriented. 1 by 1 card, he is on a path to, he's thinking like, I want to accomplish something, but why am I not accomplishing what I set myself out to accomplish, right? He's kind of wondering, like, so for example, something in your life, you want it to be a tree, but it's only a shrub, right? So it's not that something didn't work, but it worked only partially, right? So you're kind of like wondering how to kind of like get it to the really higher level with this, right? So that's important. While in the next stage, in the 8 situation here, he's realizing, oh, you know what? Everything is actually in place, but I need to put like more polish to it. I need to kind of like put all these, dots to the I and all the kind of like crosses on the T, right? And that can actually really, really work out. So it almost looks like it could be relationship oriented, that you need to work on something and look into, kind of like find the details of a relationship and just really find what is really grounding that relationship, given their pentacles and that, it's the Ace of Cups. They're all minors, so it's not going to kind of like affect you in a big way. And it is really allowing you to do whatever you want to do and how you want to do it, right? So that's kind of like where it is. So hopefully that helps, Samantha.
Thank you, Kat. Thank you so much. I don't know if you remember, I emailed you a few months ago about the cat I wanted to bring upstairs.
Oh, yes, I remember that. And what happened?
He's here, but he's become very territorial. He doesn't let my other cats come inside now, the room.
Buy a pheromone. Like there is a pheromone thing that I bought when I adopted my kittens. What is called feline away or something it's called.
Fell away. Yes, I have that.
That really helped my cats, but also they grow out of it, so that helps.
Oh, good. So give it more time, yeah?
Okay, give it more time and let us know how it is. Chris.
Thank you, Kat. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Chris, can you hear us? Oh. So let me see if I unmute you and unmute you. No? I don't know. Anybody knows how to help over here, because I just cannot do it. And Barbie, look at Samantha. Like, you're absolutely gorgeous. I love your British accent. So there is like compliments everywhere. So that is like freaking amazing. So Chris, since you are here, can you hear me? You can hear me? Chris, can you hear me? Just nod your head if you can. It doesn't look like he can hear me either way, which is really weird. Huh. So I don't know what to do. Should I do the reading for him? What do you say, ladies and gentlemen? I should? Okay. So Chris, since he really tried, we are getting Page of Cups.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, well. I'm listening on the YouTube stream because I can't hear anything on this other one.
Oh, that's weird. Okay, so I'm just doing your reading. The first card is Page of Pentacles. Then you're getting also Seven of Pentacles. And oh my goodness, you got a freaking bundle of cards that came through. So what I'm seeing over here to start with, since you're Capricorn with Taurus rising, so you're really strong earth, right? So it's something that it feels that you are setting yourself out to accomplish. And like you are like reshuffling all this kind of like elements of it. But just briefly to show you what you have here. You have the World, you have the Queen of Pentacles, you have a Nine of Swords, you have a Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, and Six of Wands. There is like something that is going to be very karmic for you, Chris, right now. And almost like they are getting rid of something. And other than this Nine of Swords, which could be the thing that you're getting rid of, I mean, is there something that it really feels like it's poking you or kind of like really rubbing you the wrong way? Could be also air sign kind of a thing. That is like something that is in a way. But if you're looking for a dating options, oh my God, like, I mean, this Queen of Pentacles is coming through. And this Queen of Pentacles is somebody who is very resourceful, very nice. It could be earth sign, very much. And she represents, I'm just trying to remember, is she Capricorn? No, she's Taurus. She's Taurus. And most likely would be Taurus that is kind of like coming to you. And it almost like it's going to feel like, where were you all my life? And that's when the World comes through, right? So you're going to feel victorious. Sex is going to be really, really good with this card, right? But you're going to still wonder, but look at this. You have 3 nines. Like that you want to be with this woman, but it also feels like I like to be on my own. So you're going to be really torn in kind of like jumping in this connection, even though it's really, really good. So I really wouldn't hesitate, because it almost like feels like that it's really taking you, like derooting you. Like when you take, since we had lots of gardening talk today, like you're taking a plant, like somebody offered me hydrangea right now in the middle of the summer. It's like 41 degrees outside. So that thing would just die. How can you do that to a living thing, right? So So basically, something is kind of like not evolving in a proper time. So you just need to, I think, slow down a little bit, because the world card talks about a big success in any of your endeavors. It's kind of like almost immediate. Something might be happening for you really, really soon. So, and would you mind, Chris, that I ask you a few questions? Do you still hear me? Because last time I interviewed Andy, and she's
Go ahead. There might be a delay.
okay. Andy is also Capricorn, so I do have actually some questions for Capricorn over here. So the first question would be, can you share with us how and where in your life you see influence of your having Sun in Capricorn?
Oh, well, completely with work ethic, for one thing. That seems like that's all I ever do. I'm very persistent, don't give up, very practical, down to earth.
Okay, so that's pretty much Capricornian, but Capricornians are also usually set for success. Capricorn.
I also have Capricorn, Mercury, and Moon.
Okay, so it's really making you like really focus when you want something, right? Another thing is like this controversial card, the Devil card. What about this Devil card representing? How do you find it? What are your thoughts?
Well, actually, I kind of identify with it.
Like you're playing it out?
Certainly at times I have a devilish nature.
Okay, that's okay. And then the last question would be like, when dating a Capricorn man, what is the best approach to have?
Just be honest and upfront, and no games, and meet me with equal every step of the way.
So, ladies, you're always wondering about Chris. Is anybody having any kind of questions that you want to ask Chris? Because I would like to do more kind of like questions later. But since I didn't know who was going to come today, and Lorna volunteered so generously that I really appreciate, kind of like not well prepared, but it is what it is. So thank you very much, Chris. I really appreciate that. Let me continue, guys, and you too who are on live, you also feel free to kind of jump in, and any questions that you have for the other people that I'm just doing the quick pull the card out. So who else did I do? I did Samantha, I did Jenny, Kelsey, hello. Kelsey said, okay, this is what she's saying. I'm running errands and working, so I can't get on video, but I'm still hanging out with you in spirit. So Kelsey, the card for you is Justice. What is this today? Like, we have all karmic cards. Everybody's like feeling like really kind of like motivated with something really big happening. I almost like feel like it's emotion, given that we are kind of like a little spiritually connected over here. Everybody who is here, like we are a little family. This really means that you're going to get your way, and it's going to feel like, oh, the world is right now. Like I just got what I really need with this. So this is good, but it's also going to feel like either a victory or a really big relief. So that is what is going to really, really work out. ECAT, did I do you? I don't know if I did ECAT. Did I, Lorna? I don't think I did. So ECAT, let's get your card. She is saying here, I'm thinking about how to feel better about myself because I am more effective in the world when I feel pretty. That's like when we had this like Venus conversation about whoever got the Empress card. So you are getting also victory card. Ikad, what sign are you? because that I don't know, for some reason that can be connecting with Geminis, but it's also fire. In any case, it's very phallic, as you can see over here, right? He is right now on top of the world, so it's maybe something that you had to really work through to get there, and it's going to feel like that the doors are open. So it's a really good card if you really want to get a job, or if you kind of want to kind of like fuss with it, so kind of like work in that situation. Samantha was joining us. Hey, look at that, Creative Guru showed up. Hi, Creative Guru. Let me do the card for you, Creative Guru. I was thinking about having the two different cameras, but my camera just died, so I had to decide what I want. It's kind of awkward because I have to put it in front. Creative Guru, it's kind of weird that people are getting similar cards and the deck is rather big. So you're getting a nine of wands over here. Nine of wands always talks about kind of like a path that we are traveling, path where we have been advancing bit by bit by bit, but we are still not where we really want to be. We still have to have a fight. In this stage, however, he is deciding that he's going to just take one more step, and that one more step could be crucial, and in kind of how he handles himself, how he handles everything, right? So I would just say this is a positive card, because maybe you are mulling it over, saying, I don't know if I really want to continue with something. I don't know how this really works, but it's saying just do one more shot. Maybe it's a relationship, because it's a fire after all. Something has been kind of going on, but in any case, kind of like, don't worry about that, right? So she just probably fed the cats, and hopefully you're hearing. And yes, Samantha has gorgeous Samantha and a British accent. I had that. So let me see. Did I? Leo, Ikat, you're Leo. Okay, it does make sense for sure. So that works. And I think this is it. I actually covered everybody today, and like it was fun. And I was assuming it's going to feel a little bit awkward until we get this, like, our fun days going. But I'm envisioning like this is the best time to kind of like get group kind of like hugs, and group kind of like, come on, like, what do you want to talk about? It not necessarily being structured. You see, Lorna, I'm learning, and that doesn't have to be structured all the time. So
I'm learning too.
Lorna, do you have any questions for Chris?
Actually, I don't.
Anybody else? Anybody else, guys? Nobody? Well, I guess we fed the basement cat. We met everybody. Hopefully the next time when we have a fun day, we can kind of like do more. Samantha is sending comments. She's lovely to see us all. I think that's nice. So Andy says, I have to rewind and listen to your great wisdom, ladies and gents. So it's kind of like amazing to do it. So let me see in terms of the date. Today is the 8th. So we are going to meet on the 22nd. And on 22nd, I am going to do Leo, because we are starting Leo that day. And for me, that's the time of the year when I feel at my lowest. Nothing is functioning properly, but hopefully we're going to get better weather. So bye-bye to you both are in California, right? Like, it's Lorna and Chris, you're both actually your neighbors over there. So kind
I
of.
think Chris lives north of me, I think.
Yeah, you're like south of San Francisco, and
Yeah.
it's a little bit north. But that's not very far, no? That's
No,
just
no, not
Yeah.
at all.
I'm north of San Francisco, Santa Rosa.
Oh, Santa Rosa. Okay.
And Lorna is where I was when I lived in that area with Los Gatos. So that's kind of like really small world when you really think about it.
Every time I go there, I think of you.
Did I send you pictures of me in front of that big cat cinema? Yeah, hilarious, right? So that's it. So thank you all. I really appreciate. Love you all. Thank you all.
Thank
for
you.
Chris, every Friday before live. So in 2 weeks on Friday, I'm going to post the link. So it's kind of like you guys know where to join in, because if I put it live, then it will be the whole world joining in. So, oh, look at that. Chris, you're getting a comment from Barbie. It looks beautiful, or he looks beautiful. Barbie, what did you really mean? Oh, look at that. Jennifer says you two should really meet up, both single. So anyway, there are comments from the others. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Lorna. I appreciate Chris. Kind of like
Thank
learning
you.
about each other.
Oh, if it were only that easy.
What do you mean? Like it's just jumping in a car and having a coffee. How difficult is it? Okay, I'm not going to force you. Both of you are in a WhatsApp situation over
You're
there.
talking to somebody who is very well versed in dating.
Well, that is becoming a habit for you. Like try to not to date, and like she is. Did you hear the first part, Chris? That she's actually having really interesting combination from Gemini with Cancer, dominating Cancer, but also ascendant Scorpio. So that's actually a pretty good combination with your Capricorn, strong Capricorn. So that could really work. So anyway, not pushing. I did put you on the spot here because other
No,
people.
I missed that. I got on late.
That's okay. You can rewind and kind of like check it. But she has, even though she's a Gemini, I think she's more so Cancer and more so Scorpio than anything else. So that kind of like really, really works out. So that would look at that. Everybody's like into trying to set you up. So it's just like the comments keep going over here. So and that's kind of like working out. So you never know. Maybe Katara is going to be a matchmaking service for the kids. So it is. Love you all. Thank you so much.
Love you too,
Appreciate
Kat.
it. Lorna, Chris, Samantha, Jenny, everybody who was brave enough to show up. But hopefully in 2 weeks, not in 2 weeks, in a month when we have the next one, fun thing is going to get easier each and every time. Oh, look at that. Jenny is really pushing. You look lovely side by side. So you have to check it. Love you guys. Have fun. Have a beautiful
Bye.
weekend. And until the 22nd, I'll see you then.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye
Bye.
bye.